Hey, it's me.
Hey, how are you doing?
Sorry about that. I'm on a cell phone. I hope that's okay.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine. Sure.
Okay, great. My son, I just took him to the dentist. He had 4 cavities, so we were just coming out of the dentist office.
Oh gosh, that's no good.
Yeah, I know. So he's numb on both sides.
Oh golly. So how are you doing today?
We're doing good. We're going to practice here in a few minutes when we get home and start rehearsing for the festival in Cleveland. We're playing a big festival on Saturday, and we're excited about that.
Ah, very cool. Very cool.
So we've been out playing festivals all summer. Went to Europe, did a bunch in the U.S. It was fun. A lot of people.
Very good. Now your new album, Wicked Wonderland, that's coming out. What is the release date for that?
October 6th.
Very good. And this is your first new record in 15 years, is that correct?
Yep.
Wow. Wow. So are you really nervous in advance of this coming out?
Nah.
No?
I'm not nervous. I'm excited. I mean, I hope people like it, and I hope that it has a good response. So far, it really has. People seem to be really happy with it. We've given radio, I don't know, did you get one of those 5-song EPs?
I did. I like it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you got a little taste of what's going on. There's 15 songs, so you still got 10 more songs you haven't heard.
Cool.
And it was pretty tough trying to pick those 5 that's on that CD. It's just, the songs are really, I think all of them are really good. I don't have a favorite or anything, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out.
The stuff I've heard is really heavy, even as compared to some of your other albums. Was that a deliberate choice?
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something that was rocking. I didn't want to do hairy armpits and sandals music. You know, I just wanted to do something that was heavy and slamming and up-tempo and just shredding. So it'll come across great live as well.
Have you been playing these songs live in advance of the album?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
We have. We play Crave, Patriotic SOB, Scream, and Betrayal, which is on the Xbox game.
Oh, okay, cool. Very good.
So we play those 4, and then we'll gradually work in some more.
Right. Now, you, like we were talking about, you've been gone for 15 years. What prompted you taking that long of a break?
Back by popular demand, I suppose. But taking the break was, I don't know, the rock scene had changed so much, and I was getting kind of bored. I've been out touring since I was 17, and I had my first son, I got married, the rock scene changed, so then 9/11 hit. After 9/11 hit, we got out of the United States, and we moved to the Caribbean, and that's where we've been ever since, on a literally deserted island. My kids, we homeschool, and they fish and snorkel and play on the boats and have a great time.
That's cool. That's really cool.
You know, it's like Nim's Island, kind of, only with a cooler house.
Yeah. Now, have you been playing the entire time that you've been away, just not in public?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Is that right?
Yeah, I put everything down, and we didn't listen to any music or, well, we listened to our favorite CDs, but we didn't listen to the radio or watch TV or anything like that. So we were pretty not aware of what was going on, musically anyway.
Wow, that's far out. So did your kids grow up knowing who you were, or did they not realize that in the earlier part of their lives? Oh,
yeah, they know exactly. They were raised on the classics. So far, they're being raised on the classics. I mean, Rock was only 8, but, you know, he knows Judas Priest and Def Leppard and AC/DC. You know, they're being raised on the classic rocks.
Cool.
Rock stations, so A is for AC/DC. C is for Zeppelin, you know? So
that's cool.
they know.
That's cool. So after...
They encourage me, too.
Yeah.
No, Lita, Mom, you're Lita, for God's sake. Why aren't you out there playing, Mom?
So at what point did you decide, well, maybe I will get back out there?
Well, it took a bit of prompting from some rock friends of mine, and my family, of course. So I guess after throwing it around for a couple of years and waiting for my kids until they're ready, because Rock was 8, and I didn't want to go on tour unless he was ready. My older son is 12, so he's been ready. He's jamming on guitar. You should hear him play. He plays great.
Oh, cool.
So when they're ready, I'm ready. And they're ready now, so here we are.
Yeah. Now, everything's changed so much in the time that you've been gone, and I assume, you had no band, no management, no label, no nothing. How do you even go about, and what was your first call when you said, okay, I'm ready to do this thing? How do you even start all over again?
My first call was to my husband, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
So he put the ball in motion, and he's managing me, and he's doing a great job. He's a great businessman. I told him he should have been president of the United States. He's great. He really is. I mean, he just developed a deserted island in the Caribbean, and so if he can do that, I think he can handle putting a record out.
Yeah, right. That's very good. Now, what was your writing process for this record? How did you decide what was going to go on it? How did you choose a direction and go at it that way?
We just started throwing some ideas around and just to see what would stick. And we came up with, I think it was Crave or Scream. One of those two was our first song. And it was so heavy and rockin'. It was just awesome. So we thought, you know what, this is great. Let's just stick with this. And just, you got to throw around some ideas to see what sticks. Like shopping for a new car.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look around and see what hits you. Like, there it is. That's the one I want.
Now, since you hadn't been exposed to, or like you said, you hadn't really been watching TV and keeping up with the music scene or whatever, did you go out and do any kind of comparison like this is what's going on in music now, or did you try to put that out of your mind and just do what you wanted to do?
I did what I wanted to do. I mean, I'm Lita Ford, for God's sake.
Right.
That's what kids say. I don't need to copy anybody. I don't need to follow anybody else's direction.
Right. Did you worry about the radio support for a certain kind of music? It's not what it used to be. Did that play into any kind of concerns as far as, okay, how do you get a new record out to people,
Yeah. Well, there's people that work radio that work for us. We've got a wonderful team, people working for us that are working the radio stations. And, of course, if the radio stations don't like it, then they don't play it.
Right.
That's it. So hopefully people will like the record. So far, we've had a great response. We were number 2 on the metal charts with the 5-song EP.
Great.
So it's doing really great so far. Thank God.
Very good. Now, how does, everything's changed in terms of even recording since you've been gone. It's all digital and all that now. How did that change the way you worked on this record as opposed to some past ones?
We have Pro Tools in the islands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a great big studio downstairs, and we just go down there and rock.
Cool.
It's pretty easy. My husband, Jim, had somebody fly out and work with him and to show him exactly how to work the Pro Tools, and he got a really good grasp on how to run the system, and it's no problem. We just record whenever we feel like it.
Now, did you record all your tracks live there with your band members, or did they record elsewhere and you record whenever you felt like it?
Drums, bass, and some of the rhythm guitars were done in California by Greg Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the producers. He worked with Jim and me on this project. He's great. He really helped us with our direction and with the recording. So between Greg and me and Jim, that was it. There's Sted Howland played some drums.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about it.
Cool. Now, how did you choose who's going to play live with you?
We had quite a few different band members. We went through quite a few guitar players especially, and just to see, who would stick with us, or who was right, or would add the right energy to the band. We did go through quite a few guitar players, a couple of drummers, so that was difficult. Where some bands would say, hey, let's do a reunion tour, and the band is already put together. But with me, I got to put together a band.
Right.
And that was probably the hardest thing about doing this record, was trying to find the right members to play. We're fortunate enough that we got Guns N' Roses guitar player Bumblefoot with us, and Bumblefoot had a great drummer. So we're using Bumblefoot and the drummer Dennis Leeflang from Holland. And then we had to audition bass players. Our bass player is from New Jersey, PJ Farley. And then we have Michael T. Ross on the keyboards. Michael T. Ross played with various famous bands from Hollywood, California. He's rocking. It's like John Lord on the keyboards,
Cool.
Just got a real heavy side. It's cool.